Hey, Mr. Harrodham here. We're going to go over the last reaction stoichiometry problem that's limiting reagents.
Excellent!
Yeah. Okay. So here we're going to look at the reaction that happens in their bag where we got 6 sodiums plus iron 3 oxide goes to sodium oxide and iron, right? So we got 6Na plus Fe2O3 goes to 3Na2O plus 2Fe. Okay. We have 80 grams of sodium and we have 100 grams of iron oxide. What is the theoretical yield of pure iron in grams? So this is one where we have to go down to moles by using the Molar mass, do our wham, do the molar ratio, and then up to grams. And then we have to go down to moles on this one as well, over to moles, and then up to grams again. Okay? So let's start this wonderful problem here. So we got 80 grams of sodium. Three steps in this problem. First step, grams on the top, grams on the bottom. What are we going to convert to? Moles, because we're using the tape. Because we use the tape to go up and down. 1 mole, and the molar mass of sodium is 22.99 grams. Okay? Gotta have some more pancakes. Gotta thank the palace for some pancakes there. Thanks. Then we have to do the mole-to-mole ratio. Sodium, iron, wham, 2, wham, 6. And then we have to do moles down here and grams up here. Iron, 1, 55.85. Solve that. We get 64.78 grams of iron. That could be our answer, but we got to figure out that 100 grams too as well. So this is 100 grams of iron oxide. Grams on the top, grams on the bottom. What are we going to convert to? Moles of iron oxide. Let's see what it says. Molar mass is 159.70. 1 mole. Then we have to do our wham. Moles of iron oxide on the bottom. Moles of iron on the top. Wham. 2. Wham. 1. Okay. Then we do moles on the bottom, grams on the top, Fe, 155.85. And we get a second answer of 69.94 grams of Fe. What does that tell us? That tells us that this is what we made. It happened. Okay, this is what we didn't make. So, the limiting reactant on this one here would be, remember the reactants is what you start off with, so that would be, limiting reactant is sodium. It produced lower amount of product. You started with 80 grams of sodium. You used 80 grams of sodium because it's limiting. And we have 0 grams of sodium left. Okay. What is the excess reactant? That would be iron oxide. Okay. We started with 100 grams of iron oxide. Okay. We've got to figure out how much we used here. So here I'm going to use the classic subtract and stoic method. So I'm going to start off with my 2 product numbers here, and I'm going to subtract them. 69.94 grams of iron minus 64.78 grams of iron, and you get some number. I need more pancake. .16 grams of iron, not made. Now I'm going to stoic that over to iron oxide here. So 5.16 grams of iron. Grams of iron on the top, grams of iron on the bottom. Where are we going to go to? Moles. Grams, we're going to use 55.85 because that's the more mass of iron. 1 mole. Moles of iron on the bottom. Moles of iron oxide on top. 1, 2. And then we're going to use the molar mass of iron, which is 1 mole of iron oxide. Okay, and 159.70. I must be distracted by the pancakes. FT03. And we get an answer. 2 times 159.70. 70. What? Oh yeah, that's my leftover. 7.38 grams left over, since I started from what wasn't made. So I must have used 100 minus 7.38. I must have used 92.62 grams of iron oxide used. Right? So the used is here, the leftover is there. How much excess reactant will be left over? I should have wrote all that stuff down there. Oh well. What is the identity of the other product? Sodium oxide. How many grams will theoretically be produced? So here we're going to start with the limiting amount that got used. So here I'm going to start off with 80 grams of sodium. I'm going to convert that over to grams of sodium oxide. 22.99 grams, 1 mole, swish swish. Moles of sodium, moles of sodium, Moles of sodium oxide. Swish, swish. Wham, 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 wham. 6. Wham, 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 wham. 3. Reaction. Remember, that's the reaction step. And then got the molar mass of sodium oxide figured out already, so it's 61.80 grams per 1 mole. Okay, and I get 107.5 grams of sodium oxide made. List off all the substances. So we have reactants. Zero grams of sodium because it was limiting. We have 7.38 grams of iron oxide left over. Products. 64.78 grams of iron and 107.5 grams of sodium oxide. Ooh, maybe I should have some orange juice.
Excellent!
And you probably didn't see anything I wrote down because it's like all blocked on the screen or something. Wonderful. Okay. Finally, percent yield equals experimental over theoretical times 100. My experimental is 57.57 grams over 64.78 grams times 100, and I got 88.87%. Easily done. Not a challenge. Okay, it might have been a little difficult. Okay, you guys are champions. The legend is out and dropping stuff.